Well, hello, Viking fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Viking Talk with Coach Josh Morgan. I'm Brandon Davis, and as always, glad to have with us Warren Central head football coach Josh Morgan. Coach, good to have you with us.
Glad to be here, Brandon.
Another piece of hardware here. Looks like we need to build us another trophy case, but a 20-18 win last week over Crosstown Vicksburg. Coach, I wanted you to discuss the game and what you saw from the film study.
Well, it was quite a night. A wonderful crowd. Both sides of the stands are packed full, and it's everything you'd really want a Friday night to be. And a great rivalry game. Thought it was a really good game for 4 quarters, and really proud of our team for their preparation throughout the week. You know, games are won on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I felt like we did that and prepared, and I thought we played really hard, and had some guys played through some in some tough moments and getting banged and bumped, and it was a gritty, tough win, and it took us completely 48 minutes to pull it off, and very proud of our team. I felt like we were in control of the whole game, and things got hairy there in certain situations that we, of course, got to get better at, and we'll use to get better. But really proud of it's a really tough, gutsy win, and it was a really big win for us.
Well, you're right. It took the entire clock, and you put a lot of folks on the edge of their seat there at the end to get this win.
Yeah.
Had to stop them for a 2-point conversion, then get the onside kick to win this one. But you came away with the win, 11th year in a row, beating Crosstown Vicksburg. The defense, coach, really set the tone of the game, only allowed 138 yards of offense. 54 of those came when we talk about the fuzzy part there at the end of the game on maybe some missed assignments. But the defensive efforts, you've got to be pleased with it. Discuss the play of L.J. Reynolds and that defensive line as a whole.
Yeah, we put a big-time scout report on them, and playing the wing T offense, everybody has to do their job and be really prepared, be accountable to one another, and we threw a big schematic, game plan on them, and they had to be locked in and dialed in, because any time that somebody's out of place, there's an opportunity for a big play, and Vicksburg had players to do it. And so I'm very proud of our preparation, our coaching staff, the game plan that we put together. But a game plan is no good if the players don't lock into it and understand it and play very physical. And we were good up front. Again, I feel like our D-line should be our strength, and thought we played good on the back end, from our linebacking core to our secondary. Thought we tackled well. And anytime you hold a team like that, I think they had 68 rushing yards, and just really proud of our effort, and the preparation went a long way for us, and it was good to see, and we're going to be able to build off that all year.
Yeah, that was a tough game. Like I said, that offense is used to running at will, so to shut them down the way you did, that was a great sign. Offensively, looking on that side of the ball, Coach, we went up against probably one of the better front sevens we're going to see this year. I'll argue that. But you came away with nearly 120 yards on the ground. A great effort by our backs, but also by the offensive line. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was a challenge. It was a challenge all night, and really proud of our offensive line. I thought our backs ran really hard, and those were grown men, tough yards. There was no gimmies in there, and we knew it was going to be challenging, and that was a challenge. And our offensive line, I thought, really came off the ball well, knew where they were going. Did we get beat some? Yes, but I felt for the majority, we won more than we lost up front, and had guys going in the right place, and really proud of that unit. Two new players, had two new starts there, and C.J. King and then Darius Fuller at a guard and tackle there. Really proud of what a way to get introduced, right? And so I thought Bo, our center, played really good. He had 2 really good players on both sides of his ears there. J.J. Woods graded out the highest for us and really played hard. And, of course, Brandon Snowden, our constant there, had a really good game as well. And really proud of Debo and Trey Cookie. Those guys are really getting those hard yards and took care of the football offensively. Our pre-snap penalties were so much better than the Red Carpet Bowl. So, again, improvement week to week, but really proud to see us, as you mentioned, face a really good front. And be productive and really give ourselves a chance to win.
Well, this was really the epitome of Warren Central football in my eyes, Coach. You're going up against a good front. You're getting 2, 3 yards, maybe 4 yards early part of the game, but they're toward the third and fourth quarter.
Yes.
You wear them down and you really you're putting it away. You had to be happy to see that.
I was. We just kept coming. And toward the end, we really came out of the second half, put a good drive together, really 2 good drives together. The one led to a field goal, and one was a long touchdown pass to Zach. But fourth quarter, they're starting to get their hands on their hips and things like that, and just keep coming. And thought we had won the field position battle as well. So really proud of that, and that's where you win it at. It's one thing to stop it in first and second quarter, but when it gets down to gut check time and winning time, it takes a collaborative effort, and I was proud of our guys to continue to keep pressing, keep coming.
And that pressing and coming, Coach, is what you see when you win with your off-season workout programs and coming here in the summer,
right,
doing your job. So it's good to see the kids bought into that.
All of it's necessary, and our guys have done a really good job of that.
Well, Jonah Artman, our freshman kicker, as I call him the kid, great night for him, 2 field goals. He was named the Dan Murhead's Player of the Week. Also today found out he is the Mississippi Gridiron Metro Player of the Week on the Metro team. So the kid's done a great job for us in that aspect. But we look at the rest of the special teams, Coach. Probably, if we say there was one thing we want to improve on, we allowed a block punt. We had a kickoff return for a touchdown. We had a couple of shank punts. Talk about the special teams and what do you need to see from improvement this week?
Well, we've definitely got room to grow there, and plan on doing it. And I'll take a lot of that blame on myself. Got to get better at it, understand the importance of it, and we will. We'll get better at it. It almost put us in a really bad spot. I don't think there's any question about that. It led to 14 of their points. And got to do a better job punting the ball. Got to do a better job protecting the punter. And those are things that we've got to get fixed quick in a hurry. And also we've got to do a better job. We had a bad bust on our kickoff coverage, and of course Vicksburg's returner had a lot to do with that. And he's the same guy that blocked the punt, so he
right.
He was making plays, and they have playmakers as well. So some of that is you tip your hat to them, but a lot of that's got to be fixed on our end, and we look forward to fixing it to make us a better football team.
Well, 11 years in a row winning this game, Coach. I know it's a new team each year, but discuss the importance for you personally winning this ball game.
It was a big game because it's not just another game, and I think if you look at it as if it was another game, you're missing it. It was a big game for our community. It was a big game for our school, our alumni, our old Vikings, and it was really important to our players. And I was so proud at the end of the game for them, our seniors, to be able to have that under their belt. And so it's just a big game. And I'm, as far as personal, I care about our program. But I love to see smiles on our guys' faces. I know what they put in, I know the work, and I know what they do during the week, and this coaching staff. So it was a collective win. We'll all take it, and very, very, very proud of it, and rightfully so.
The last 2 seasons, though, the combined score of we won both games, but we won by a total of 3 points. Coach, I don't know about you, but me, I have to tip my hat to Todd McDaniel and that staff at Vicksburg. They've done a great job of coming in there and really turning that program around.
Yes, they do a good job, and they have a very talented class that's coming through right now, and they're going to do some big things this year. And Coach has done a good job, very, very disciplined, very disciplined football team who played hard for 4 quarters and had every chance to throw in the towel and never did. So there's a lot of credit goes to them.
Well, this is Viking Talk. We're visiting with Coach Josh Morgan. This week, Coach, a new team, a new opportunity to improve. We travel over to Germantown to face the Mavericks. What can you tell us about this team?
Well, they're 2-0, and they're a different football team offensively. Defensively, they still have the same coordinator. Coach Brown used to be the old Clinton head coach many years ago. They're going to do some things aggressively to try to disrupt defensively, running a lot of blitzes, a lot of stunts, and doing some different things there, giving some different looks in the secondary. Offensively, their new head coach is the offensive coordinator from Oak Grove, and does a really good job play calling and scheming people up. And if you've kept up with Oak Grove over the years, you know that they use their quarterback a lot in the run game, and also put the balls in his hands and give him an opportunity to make plays. And so they're a talented group, well coached, and they play really hard. So we're going to have to be at our best to pull out a win.
Offensively, they are led by senior quarterback Drew McCluskey, a dual-purpose threat. He's averaging about 100 yards on the ground per game. Talk about the threat that he brings to us.
Well, I think he's their best player right now. I think running the football, I think he's their best runner. He's been accurate with his throws right now, and he is. Anytime you play a dual threat guy, you feel like you got him, and then he pulls it down and gets positive yards. So we've it's just a different look. Got to switch gears. Got to switch our mindset defensively of how we're going to approach this game. And I'm anxious to see our guys in a different schematic. It's been a different week for us, which is good for us to see. Let's take another game plan and see how well we can do with it. But we've got to keep them in front of us. We've got to tackle well, and we can't take our eyes off the quarterback.
Yeah, Coach, he's one of these guys that probably could hurt you with a bootleg and a waggle, so that's something that you've got to, on the edge, you've got to maintain.
Always got to keep him accounted for.
Right. So defensively, senior linebacker Hampton Ross, 6 foot, 200-pound linebacker. He leads the team in tackles. He really has done a great job of being disruptive force for the Mavericks this year, Coach. How do we have to overcome him on offense?
So his daddy is an old Viking. His daddy was a quarterback early, mid-'80s out here at Warren Central, and Pat Ross. And so he's got some Warren Central blood, and that's why he's doing so good. But he's a good player. He's been there for, seems like, forever. Really smart, physical, really good size. He's the leader on defense for sure. And we've got to do a good job knowing where he is and trying to formation him around it. But again, Brandon, we've got to be really good at what we do and really be together up front. Like I said, they're going to do a lot of stemming and blitzing, and we've got to make sure that we're going the right places up front, and feel like there's going to be some opportunities for plays, but they won't be if they're disrupting us with our blocking scheme. So it's going to start up front for us and being good and knowing where we're going and able to really put our stamp on this game.
You talked about Russ Mitchell coming over from Oak Grove. He was their offensive coordinator. He's now the head guy at Germantown. You've had a chance to see Germantown in person here at the Red Carpet Bowl, but do you have to go back and watch some Oak Grove film to kind of get an understanding of what Coach Mitchell may try to do to us offensively?
Well, it's been helpful in situations. They played Vicksburg and Canton, and both those schools are majority man coverage, and it's a different look. And so it helps in the aspect of going back and looking to what getting in his mind of what he likes to do against our defense and what we do. So personnel has changed, but the thought of a coordinator, that's going to stay the same. So it'll help as far as trying to play that game or understanding what mismatches and formations and what he's trying to do. But we just got to do a really good job of getting our alignment, making sure that we're on point and everybody knowing what their role is, and then it comes down to pursuit and tackling and everybody being on the same page. And again, I'm really anxious to see us this week in this kind of environment, road test, and a team that's really going to spread you out and do some different things. And it's really a good test for us going into district.
Yeah, you talk about that road test. This is our first travel of the year. This is a new team, a lot of younger talent, a lot of younger players on our team. Any concern about traveling and making this a business trip this week?
Well, we were able to go to Madison Central earlier in Jamboree, and so we've got that under our belt, what that looks like, and that was intentional. We knew we had 2 home games coming out the gate, and wanted to put us in that environment, so it wouldn't be any issues there. So I feel comfortable where we are and how we'll travel and things of that nature. And again, we just got to make sure, as you mentioned, this is a business trip. It's a really big game for us. We want to have a lot of momentum going into our district and playing against a really hot team right now. So I'm excited to watch us play.
Statistically speaking, you look at the stats on both these teams, really even. Germantown, though, does have a very good special teams unit. Junior kicker Hayden Halpert, he is a 6 for 6 on point after attempts, and he's also punts for him. He's kicked a 58-yard punt this year. Discuss the importance of special teams in a game like this, Coach.
Well, number one is we've got to be better. We've got to be better in what we do, and that goes in every aspect. And so this, usually when 2 teams are evenly matched, special teams is And, you know, that can really swing a game for you. So I'm anxious to us to be better, number one. Number two is they do have, anytime you got a good kicker, that helps your special teams out significantly. So, you know, hopefully we can win that field position battle and be good in our return games, and also do a lot better job of punting and kicking on our end. And so I'm, again, anxious to see our improvements and the strides we made this week and the corrections that were made based off of last week.
The offensive line had a great game. We talked about that, but we were missing our starting right guard senior, John Ward. He was out with an injury. Coach, what's his status for this week, and are we going to be missing anyone else?
Yes, so John is he's nursing. He had a ligament sprain in his elbow, and it's what I guess pitchers call, that's your Tommy John.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, muscle ligament. But that's UCL or something along those lines. But he'll be ready to go. And we're going to ease him back into things and you know, let him get in the flow of things. And but we'll have him back. Other than that, you know, we've got some bumps and bruises, but we'll have all hands on deck this week.
Well, as long as he's not playing quarterback using that arm, he may be okay.
That's right.
Right?
That's exactly right.
I wouldn't give John the ball for that. Then you're right. How's the guys look this week in practice, coming off a big emotional win, knowing what is ahead of you now?
Yeah, they've done a good job. They've done a good job, and we you know, focused on that early on in the week. You pat yourself on the back, have a good weekend. Monday it's time to go back to work, and you know, you have to put everything in perspective. And our guys have done a good job with that. Of course, playing Germantown helps. You know, you got a really good football team that you've got to get prepared for. And you've got to get up for it, and you better be ready. And so, you know, that helps with that situation. So Germantown has our full attention. You know, you had a Labor Day right there, Monday coming in, and guys showed up ready to go to work. And so, you know, I'm proud of how we've handled, you know, that week, coming off such an emotional win and such an emotional, you know, preparation as far as your week goes. So. This is a really good indicator of what district is like. You know, last year we had our playoffs started in the middle of the 1st of October, and we had to carry that kind of mentality. So it's nothing but good for us, and as long as we address it and understand it and attack it the right way, it's just nothing but another tool to use to learn and become a really tough-minded football team.
Well, final question before we wrap this up, Coach. What are the keys to beating this Maverick bunch?
Well, our special teams, we're going. We need to see improvement there, because it's not only do we need to be better at it and improve on it, but it's going to be important. It's going to be important this game. Offensively, I think Jack needs to be really good at what he's doing and what we're doing with him. We're going to give kind of open it up a little bit and give him some options right there. Especially until we're trying to figure out what they're doing and what kind of looks that we're seeing. As I mentioned, offensive line's got to be together and going to the right places and on the same page. And then defensively, I think really third downs, we got to do a really good job getting off third down. You know, I think the difference when you're playing in a really competitive football game against a really good offense, we've got to do a great job of containing the quarterback, and third downs we've got to get off the field. And we've got to get off the field and give our offense the ball back, hopefully with good field position. So to me, those are you know, the really big keys as far as this week goes. And I'm anxious to see us play and really excited and hoping that we can go into District 3-0 with a lot of momentum.
Well, Coach, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, last Friday night, fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for all of you that joined us. There was a couple of times I think the press box was even shaking with all the noise that was being made. So the fans, you really came forward. Students, you did a great job. The themes, we love the themes this year. Keep that up. But no, this was a great night overall, Coach. The crowd really helped us out against the Gators, I thought.
It was great to see. You know, they had cars parked all over the place, and that's how it's supposed to be. And we're looking forward to that, and really thankful for that support. And it's really good to see. It's great for our community. Great night for Warren County and for the city of Vicksburg, and the community should be very proud.
Oh yeah, it was fun. So next few weeks we're going to be gone, so come join us. We're going to Germantown this week, and then the following week we will be on a bye week, so we won't see you next week. We will see you, however, before we talk about Oak Grove. But let's go take care of Germantown first. Kick off at 7:30 tomorrow night. Great complex over there. Plenty of places to come eat, enjoy yourself. Come and join us, and we're going to have a great time tomorrow night. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the show. I'm Brandon Davis. He's Josh Morgan. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Until then, rise up, Vikings.